Well, happy 2022, February 22nd, 2022. This is the United States Pluto return. Super major deal. Many astrologers have done fabulous jobs of analyzing countries over the centuries that have gone through their own Pluto return. For the United States, being a fairly young country, this is our first Pluto return. However, for example, I have my natal chart, my Pluto is retrograde, so I had a Pluto return when I was 5 years old. But in general, Pluto return is an over 200-year cycle because of the elliptical orbit of Pluto. So just jumping right into it, what I see, and I use the Koch system, so maybe a little different from what other people see. Most of the planets on the United States Pluto return using that system puts the planets in the upper houses. So I do see a lot of positivity that the United States can continue as a democracy and can continue to be that bright light in the world, that shining light leading the world forward. The only thing in the lower houses is also positive. I see the moon in the fifth house, which is the house of children, which kind of complements our recent full moon, which talks about if we can continue to see that we are all related through the benefit of our future generations as humanity, as one humanity, that we can continue to grow and be at peace. In the upper houses, Venus is still conjoined Mars, and again, that balance of male-female energy through diplomacy, through relationships, can continue to create balance where we are not in a patriarchy or a matriarchy, but in a balanced Lahun situation. And I would honor any children who feel the need to tap into both their male and female sides, because they are very specially gifted in terms of channeling energy, and that should not be shut down. So I champion them. The upper houses, we have, in addition to the Venus and Mars conjunction, in the upper houses, we have, in the 8th house, we also have Pluto in Capricorn, 27 degrees. So some astrologers see the United States Pluto return as having an effect all the way through 2024, when Pluto eventually leaves the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn being the businessman, organize, all that. In the 9th house, Mercury is in Aquarius, and again I see that democracy will last through communication and community efforts. We must see the benefit of ourselves as one community that can, for the betterment of all involved, for the most high good, if we can keep that commonness, that common bond and thread throughout. You have to remember that the United States democracy was not only based on Greek democracy, but it was also based on a lot of research that Benjamin Franklin did with the Native Americans, who had a form of democracy in the tribes, especially in the Iroquois tribes that he studied, and where they had the balance of the three balances of power that we utilize as well, with the executive branch, president, vice president, the Senate, etc., and our judicial branch. That balance of power should still remain intact as long as we see that we are a family as a nation, and that although we can argue and debate and have different opinions, in the end we should still see each other as one family. In the 9th house, I see Saturn in Aquarius, which is painstakingly deliberate or sober, maybe a little too heavy on the religious side. Need to try to lighten up if we can. The midheaven is at 23 degrees Aquarius, also super positive for community efforts, for communication. Communication is huge. We are moving, as we all know, have been for many years. It's not where you are anymore. It's not where you're physically based. It's your online presence. It's, the energy waves of Aquarius. Sun in the 10th, 10 degrees of Pisces, very career-oriented, organized. The United States should be seeing itself as organizing better back-to-work efforts as we come out of the pandemic. Green jobs, Jupiter also far-sighted in the 10th house, far-sighted, future-oriented, have fun, lighten up. Neptune also loosely in the 10th house, where the mystical meets the organized, is what I see. Uranus is in Taurus, as I've spoken many times, in the 11th house, which has, with the pandemic, has brought a lot more